en cartelera, Spain. Nice to
How you
meet you.
doing? Nice to meet you.
Very good. Thank you. In this movie, trauma is tied to horror, and it goes in such an expansive way. So, how did you balance between the intimate part of trauma and its collective and expansive nature?
Well, yeah, I think that it was always about trying to find a way to express those really extreme emotions and trauma and grief. It's such a overwhelming feeling and it's such an overwhelming experience that it's about like trying to exercise that demon and put it on the page as personally as possible. So navigating it is like we knew we wanted the film to still work as a drama film, but also like put a face to the monster that is trauma and that is grief, and like what does that look like visually and viscerally. So yeah, it was a tricky balance. I don't know if we pulled it off, but yeah, always try and be as personal as possible.
And especially thinking of Sally Hawkins' character, how important is dramatic construction into not falling maybe into some stereotypes of the horror genre?
Well, yeah, it was.
We always want our movies to work as drama and as horror, because that'll help. That'll only help the horror hit harder if you can connect with the characters. And I think that's what Sally brought to the role, was that human aspect to it. It wasn't played like a horror character. She's doing horrible things, but it's from, her loss, and she's a character that's losing her sanity. So that was important for us to be. It's not just an outright villain. This is someone who's lost their sanity. So that's what was Sally brought that amazing, real kind of presence to the character.
And the body horror embodied by Oliver's character is really brutal. So, how did you balance the use of the body between the supernatural and the human?
Well, he's in the middle of the supernatural and real life, and like Connor Bird is in this body as well as this demon. Tari, its name is, and there's like a battle that's going on there. So you're physically seeing the body break down because of what the demon's doing, and it's scarring this kid emotionally, which is like metaphorical for this cycle of abuse that he's been pulled into by Laura, and something that Andy has faced of his father, like Oliver is going through with Laura. And so it was just like a metaphorical representation for the themes that we were tackling.
Do you think that you maybe learned something about the power of the image in YouTube that has become different or has evolved with the power of image in cinema?
Well, I thought the YouTubes for us was always like finding our footing as filmmakers, and like we did so much stuff and learned so many different lessons and things. Like you learn stuff about audiences. Like you can see really in-depth analytics for when people are getting bored or what they're switching off on or what was interesting to them. And you also learn so much about the practical side of filmmaking that we wouldn't be halfway equipped to make a movie if it wasn't for everything that we learned on YouTube. So we're so grateful for being able to do that for so long.
And the sound in this movie is so incredible. So how did you work with the sound to make the image even heard more?
Yeah, we learned so much from Talk to Me with the sound design aspect of it. So that was so important to us to find that sound and find it early. So our amazing sound designer, Emma Bordingong, and even our composer, Cornell, we made sure that we started things early and to really capture what it is. And each character has a different lens through sound, and rain is such an important thing. So it's finding a way to express all these things thematically in the best way possible. So we loved creating the vibe of the movie, playing with surround sound more, putting rain in the speakers, creating what certain things sound and feel like. That's not just visual, but the audio part of it as well. That's always the most amazing stuff. That's when you're like under the layers of a film, you're in the deeper layers of film. That we got obsessed with breathing. We were doing breath passes for 3 days, and our producer's like, hey, enough of the fucking breath passes. But there's so much you can say with even just breathing. So that's a rabbit hole that we love.
Well, thank you very much, guys. Good luck with the movie, and it was incredible. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.